Okay. Good morning to everyone. So we had started with this organization of CMSIS, which is your Cortex, Micro Cortex F3 microcontroller. I think few of the people. One second. Okay. Ashok Reddy is not there, right? Okay, then. Oh, you people are joining after 10 minutes. Ten 20. Okay, we have another 15 minutes. Okay, fine. So Cortex microcontroller, software enabled standard we were discussing. Then we have one more architecture type, which we call it as a AMBA architecture. So AMBA architecture is the advanced version for your ARM processor. So that is why you can observe that advanced microcontroller bus architecture. So few changes they have done with respect to the architecture. So that flexibility will be provided in these microprocessor. Okay, that is what we need to understand. So microprocessor, if it is present or a microcontroller, there is always option for us to modify the architecture. Okay, maybe in terms of bus, in terms of memory, in terms of processor applications. So these are the few things which we can alter, right? That is why there is an advantage in this ARM processor, which was not provided in the normal microprocessor or a normal microcontroller. Okay, so the advanced microcontroller bus architecture bus specification defines the on-chip communication standard for high performance embedded microcontroller. Okay, three distinct features in this within the bus specification is the advanced high performance bus, advanced system bus, and advanced peripheral bus. So earlier we were having only two types of bus. One was instruction bus and one was the data bus. Along with this one, they have added these three types. So what is the use of these type? Obviously, the speed will be improved, right? The second part will be the complexity will be reduced, but instruction set it will increase because introducing of these new buses will enhance the instruction set. So that we have to compromise, then complexity will be very much reduced in these type of architecture, right? So many times you will be hearing the ABBA processor, right? In the lab also you're going to observe that a test methodology is included with the ABBA specification, which provides, sorry, which provides an infrastructure for modular macro cell tests and diagnostic access. Okay, so we are going to discuss about these different types of bus. So what I want to discuss here is that advanced architecture, microcontroller bus architecture provides high efficient results when compared to the normal app. Okay, it has increased its instruction set because they need to allow these three distinct features, which is your advanced high performance bus, advanced system bus, and advanced peripheral bus. Okay, these three they are giving more importance. Okay, so that part only we have to discuss now, right? So that is why we have this advanced high performance bus, right? So we have a high clock frequency system, we have a system backbone bus, we have on chip memories, we have connection to the processor, we have external interfaces specified to ensure ease of use, right? So this is also one important factor. How much complexity microcontroller you may create, but for the people it should be very easy, right? That is why many of the people will not purchase, because you observe that security and all those issue if I take. So generally usually this question I will be asking to student is that which mobile is the most secured one, and out of 100 people, 100 people will tell sir Apple or iPhone will be the highest secured one compared to other things. And if I ask why you are telling this, because sir it is very difficult to access data for the application, for the owner itself it is very difficult to use it, because there are n number of features which we cannot use only, right? So because of those things, complexity, security, many people will not try to buy also. I will also hesitate to take iPad, right? Or to take a desktop for this one, Apple iPod, right? Why? Because the ease or the use which is there, it is bit difficult. Normally, the uneducated people, if they ask how to connect to this iPad or iPhone to the desktop, it will be a huge task for them. So they will not prefer. So that is also a disadvantage. But security type, if I consider that these phones will be very much into demand, because generally we know what type of it is. Okay. So advanced system bus is reliable for the reliable for the, again you can observe that high performance, right? So high performance features are not required for alternate system, efficient connection of processor. So SGL lab also we have seen, so it was very difficult to connect it, right? So there are many more issues which you can find in these types of architecture. Then advanced peripheral bus is a low power peripheral, right? Is optimized for minimal power consumption, right? And it can be used in a conjunction with either version of the system bus. So these are with respect to the peripheral architecture bus which has been set. So why this peripheral and why it is consuming less power? Because so when I take ABBA architecture, it is most of a application specific. So if I want to display, so it will work only on a display. Like if I take a projector, right? So in the classrooms we are having a projector. So the work of that projector, it is only to project the things. Apart from that, whether the other things I'm going to use for that one, no. So the power consumption will be very low, right? For the laptop also, for conduction of session I am doing, okay, for listening and all those things I'm using my mobile phone. So laptop, it is used for only specific application, not for all application. But my mobile phone I'm using for all application, for calling purpose, for attending the session, right? So many of these things will be there. So what happens? Obviously, the power consumption will be very high in the mobile phone when compared to the desktop. So when there is a specific application is there, your power also will be very low. Take example for your remote control, right? So television set remote control, if you take, so it will take less about, if I put a battery, it will last long around 6 to 8 months, because only purpose of that one is for the television. So how many times you are going to change that one? It will be very minimal. That is why we have all these six, because how you can reduce the power also you should be knowing. That will be your major task in the future. Okay, now we are not studying because we are bothered about only the programming concept. So power reduction topics we are not going to discuss now. So bus interfaces, so we have observed that we have also different types of buses, like instruction code bus. So this will be normal instruction code bus and data code bus. Apart from these two, we are having this system bus and external PPB, right? So what are these type of bus? So those we will be discussing now, right? So instruction bus, it is of a 32-bit having an address. Again, you can see the address which is given here. So it is also a fetches information for a word size or even for a 16-bit thumb instruction. During execution, the CPU core could fetch up to 2 thumb instruction at a time, because it is a 32-bit instruction which we are following. So if we are following for a 16-bit, so two 16-bit thumb instruction can be executed parallelly. That is the advantage. So these are the features of the instruction code bus. Okay. Similarly, there are features with respect to the data code bus. So instruction code bus, you have to know what is the addresses, because your instruction and all will be present into these location. So now we have given all the opcodes, right? So we have given add with carry, add, subtract with borrow, right? Multiplication, addition, OR gate, AND gate, all these instruction opcode will be present into these location. So when I tell add, it will go to this location and it will get the data. That is the meaning here, right? So one is for storing the instruction and one is for the data code bus. So again, you have a data of a 32-bit. So we have observed 16-bit data instruction, 32-bit data instruction. So here we are having the 32-bit instruction. So for that also it is having the address space. So you can see that address space is same for instruction bus and data bus, because you are writing add with carry, right? R0, R1. So you are storing that register value into this instruction. So your opcode and operand should be in the same location. It cannot be in a different location. That is the meaning. The address space, it is been same for these two. Okay. So Cortex processor supports unline transfer. You won't get any unline transfer on this bus, because the bus interface of the processor converts the unline transfer into the align transfer. This what is restricting the data for a specific type of application. Okay. So you cannot transfer unknowingly, because you cannot tell that, oh, you R0 is free, you go to this one. You need to specify particular register value, and in that value only it will go and store. It won't go in any other register. So this is free, I will give this one. So that is not there. Okay, that thing will be not presented here. Okay, so many version it will be supported. So one of the version is the memory architecture which is present in this AMD 2. Okay, this is all with respect to the decoding, or sorry, data coding bus. Okay, so next we have the system bus, right? So system bus is a 32 bit based on the AHP Lies bus protocol. It is used for instruction fetch and data access in the memory region. So fetching of instruction, executing of instruction will be there. So this is a system bus will do that one, because there should be somebody who should guide it. Okay, now in the classroom you can observe that I have created a session, I have posted a link. So if I am asking a question, not all are responding, only a specific person is responding. Okay, or few people will be responding in the same number of times. So this, there is someone who is monitoring the things. Okay, that is a what he is trying to highlight here. Similar to the decode bus, all the transfer of the bus are aligned. Which what? There is a protection provided to these kind of bus. Okay. Next, the external bus. So external bus is for the peripherals, for the external devices which will be connected to the memory. Now laptop is connected to mobile phone. My mobile phone will be connected to another mobile phone. So for those things you need to give memory access, because it will also give instruction, it will also decode the information and all other stuff is going to do it. Right? So that is why external bus memory also is required, peripheral hardware is required, right? And transfer instruction is also required, command. Because if I want to connect my mobile to the laptop, so I should go to the hotspot, give authentication, give username, give password, then I should connect it. Directly it is not going to connect. If I keep my mobile phone beside my laptop, whether it will connect? So it has to give connection via Bluetooth. I can connect via Wi-Fi. I can connect via hotspot. I can connect. So these are some techniques which is there present. So the external PPB is a PPB is nothing but your processor board. Okay, external processor board, which we call, right? So this is intended for a private peripheral access memory. The memory access region is this value, right? However, some part of this APB memory is already used by TPIU, ETM under ROM table. These are all temporary memory or external memory or a read memory, read only memory table. So all these regions will be there, but separate address location which is given, which is this address location. And also here the transfer of this bus also are aligned. This one it is been protected. So these are the different types of buses you can find. So what generally you can expect a question here is that explain or write a short notes on the ABBA bus or ABBA, right? So which is nothing but your advanced microcontroller bus architecture. You should highlight these three features and you should highlight each of the buses here, like advanced high performance bus, advanced system bus, advanced peripheral bus. That bus interfaces, there are of four types. You need to tell what is a instruction code bus, you need to tell what is a data code bus, you need to tell what is a system bus, and you need to tell what is a external peripheral bus, right? And in this also what you have to explain, what is the address location, whether it is aligned or not, whether it is a power consumption or not. So these all things you need to highlight. So generally the question will be for 6 marks question they can ask for this advanced high performance architecture. Okay, so this completes your second module. Okay, this completes your second module, and more information you can get into this textbook, or you can follow this uh, what we call a website portal where all the information, because app is a company where app processor will be built, so all your information you can find here. So these are the products, right? So all this information you can guess. Cortex X custom program, right? So all training, company related solution, product, everything you can get into this part, right? So this itself is a big task. Okay, questions are available. Quiz started. I think another 2 minutes are there, it will start it. So again you need to, you'll get a link for that one, you need to open it, you need to give that optive multiple options part, then you need to click on OK or turn in or hand in through laptop or desktop, that you need to do it. Okay. And one more thing what I wanted to give is that today you are having lab, correct?
Yes,
Lab
sir.
is there. Ah. So lab batches your class teacher has put. So roll number 1 to roll number 29, I guess batch 1, and roll number other batch, it will be in batch 2. So I will be sharing the link to you. There is already created embedded system lab. So in that you need to, which I will share the link to you. You people need to join for the embedded system lab. Other batch people, you need to join to the communication, advanced communication lab. Okay, I will just show you the screen what you have to do. It is for everyone. Okay, this is my desktop or laptop screen. So you can see I have created this embedded system lab. So go to this team and go to the files. Okay, so you will file ESL Keel version 4 software. So this is a software which you are going to use for executing our programs, app programs. Okay, so what you have to do is that go to this software. Okay, click on this software. So there are three versions. So Flash Magic and USB driver, it is for the peripherals, for your hardware programs. So before going to the hardware, we have to go for the software programs. So you need to download only this Keel View version 4. So click on this one. So there is a executable file here. So you download this one. You just click on here. You just click here and go for download. Okay. So it will be downloaded to your desktop or to your drive where you have stored it. So you give double click on that one. It will start to download or install it to your desktop or laptop. Okay. So it will ask for your username, first name, last name, email ID at college. You can give entry to that one. And on the desktop, you should be having like this. Okay. I'll just show you. You'll get a software like this. Okay, you will be getting a software like this Keel View version 4. So kindly install this one into your laptop or desktop. If in mobile phone it will not work. So many times we have discussed that what we call web-based type of a thing. I have tried many softwares but I am not getting. So till I get that one, we will be executing this one. And I wanted to know how many people are using only mobile phone. They don't have laptop or desktop. That information also if you tell, it will be easy for me, because I wanted to know, because if I come to know that how many people are not having, so it will be easy for me, but because I need to search for that other, okay, other method to program the programs. Otherwise we will go for this installation version part and we will execute all the programs. Okay, assignment it has been kept, but there are assignment sorry, quiz, it is available, right?
Yes, sir.
ಆಪ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have 20 minutes time to, it will closes at 10:45. So kindly answer to this. What are the questions which will be there? Try to answer it. There are 20 questions. All of you take up that quiz. quiz not in that. Okay. Test will end at 10:45. Eh? Everybody facing difficulty in logging the assignment or quiz. For everyone, it is visible, right? And students, if you don't have any laptop or desktop, kindly put a message to B individually. Okay, this will help. If you don't want to tell here, you can message me and do it this by today only. Okay. I have posted the second module assignments also. You need to complete it by 15th of this month. And one more thing, students, if you don't have laptop or desktop, it doesn't mean that I'm asking you to purchase. Okay, different family conditions it will be there. We are not asking you to purchase laptop or desktop. How many people are there? I wanted. So that you're able to hear me. You're able to hear me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that is what. If many people are not having means, we'll go for the web based. Okay. And I don't want you people force your parents to buy a laptop or desktop now. ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ನಾನು. Another 4 minutes, it will get over. Please turn in or hand in. Otherwise, if you don't do that one, it will be not submitted. And you have only 2 minutes of time. Already 37 people have turned in. Close ಆಯ್ತಾ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್